Yo, 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 welcome to Chaz and Friends, where the debates are real, the takes are unfiltered, and, well, sometimes we just gotta get some things off our chest, because this week in professional wrestling, a lot has happened. Some good, some bad, some confusing, and some decisions that had fans across the internet scratching their head. So tonight, we're going to start the show a little bit differently. Before we jump into our main topics, we're going to open the floor for a vent session, all right? No scripts, no filter, just real reaction to what's happening in wrestling right now. And then we got two major debates coming right out of SmackDown and the current state of the women's wrestling in the United States. First, the not so shocking title change involving Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre this past Friday night on SmackDown. WrestleMania, it is now officially Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Was this the right call? Me and Cliff, we're going to get into a heated debate about that. And then also later in the show, we're tackling a debate that will get everybody fired up across WWE, AEW, and TNA. Who has the best women's wrestling across these beautiful 50 United States, including Puerto Rico? All that and more tonight. This is Chaz and Friends. Holla at me.
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show, because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's the Don. Chaz Evans here, checking out the hottest podcast in the world, the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the flow like. Hit him with a 3 count. And your boy.
Yo, 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 it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew. It's the Don of the Mid-Atlantic and the Capital Region's best kept secret, and the host of the hottest debate show in all of pro wrestling. Yeah, fuck you, LaGreca. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Don, Chaz Evans. And let me introduce to you my friends, because this is Chaz and Friends. Introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, he is your current reigning and defending. All right, there it is. Bring it out. Yeah, there it is. Big old Bluey SWA crown champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a fighting champion, and in about a month, he will be defending that championship in his first title defense of that. That's right, my QB1. Salute to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he is the landlord of the Dog Pound. I really don't do anything in this show but talk a lot of trash. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the Red Dog.
It's crazy. You will call her by her real name.
Oh,
I'm
sorry. What's her real name?
Her name is Brandy.
Brandy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for one reason.
Why?
Because she wants to be down with what I'm going through. Yeah, she rides with me. Fuck you, Lou. Now fuck you, Lou.
All right, then. And I just noticed what was sitting in the background. That is great. Ladies and if my podcast listeners, you just have to watch the show. If you're watching on Spotify, you can just switch to the video and watch, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Anywhere else, sorry, you just need to be here live when you watch the show. But ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the heater and supposedly the voice of reason for today's show, fresh out of room 502. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Lou, the franchise. No, don't you do it.
Oh, wait, no, fuck that. You know what? Fuck
Whoa.
that dog.
Whoa!
Dog. Fuck that dog too. Truth's mom with the blowjob. Now watch me go off. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, hi, Kathy.
I have.
Speaking of, Chaz's mom is watching the show right now. Sorry. She says, nice belt.
There's
Uh,
wait. Put there it is. There it is. Put the disclaimer.
yeah. Oh my. She says, oh my, you name your belts? I absolutely do. I had 4 of them. There
That's
all
Oh
the
I
yeah.
had
only thing
all
he
4.
names.
Yes, I named my
Amazing.
belts too. So this
Yep.
one right there, it's if it let me this right here. This is Sabrina.
Sabrina.
This is Sabrina.
You can't name her Sabrina.
Why can't
I told you why I started naming my belts. And you just low key just named her? Nah.
I? But that's okay, because listen, this will be what? Defense number? I lost count. But anyway, yeah, this is not going anywhere.
I didn't have to defend this. The paternity test said as it was mine.
I mean, you can fake a paternity test.
That's
Aaron?
anyway, if you haven't already done so, hit that follow button
Nothing.
on all your favorite social media platforms. All right, at 3Count Pod _ on that X app. Everywhere else, it's 3Count Pod. Shout out to all of you watching us live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Hit that like button over there on YouTube and on Facebook. Hit that follow. Hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to leave a comment, especially if you are checking out on the audio podcast. Hit if you comment and hit the like button, it will definitely help out the show. Favorite 4-letter word, F word is free. Say free, not the 4-letter F word. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Chaz's mom.
Oh, hell, Twitch. Twitch is watching us on Twitch.
Isn't that's great. That's great. That's great. Make sure you go buy our merch. ForYourWear.com. Go buy yourself a 3Count Podcast t-shirt. You'll get all of our current and updated new merch right there. Make sure you bring it up. Where is it? Oh, there it is. You can get that shirt. Boom. Small World Order shirt, SWO, because this show was definitely brought to you by the Samoan World Order. Get out of here. Make sure you can also get our old legacy designs on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Don't be jealous of my own app. Yeah,
I'm
I'm not jealous.
ignoring
I
that
would
lazy.
just wish that on your app you would push our show so we can get more people to watch it. You know, asking too much from the guy whose name is Twitch on Twitch. And then
Fair.
hi F Lou.
Oh,
I guess I haven't impressed Chaz's mom.
Free.
all right,
You're free.
Cliff.
Hi Free Lou.
What's going on now into the ring? We have a very 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 hot interview that definitely dropped yesterday. We dropped a clip on all our social media platforms right before we went live on who it is. So definitely let us know who is entering the ring.
Yeah, so we started off season 7 officially with Miles Hawkins. If you guys don't know, currently he is going to be in the ECWA 8. So, you know, it's a big the Super 8 tournament.
Super 8?
He's in the Super 8, as
They
well
didn't
as
pick
actually,
me.
huh?
They didn't pick me.
They didn't pick me, and I didn't apply either.
No, I applied and I applied Mac too. I told him I was
Oh,
like I'm applying you for this. He goes, oh, bet, cool, yeah. And I was like, they're gonna pick you before they pick me, but yeah.
yeah,
So,
they yeah, I saw the tournament this year. It's actually pretty
pretty
nice.
fire. It's definitely a stacked tournament.
Yeah.
Definitely
So
above. I'm definitely out of my league.
And actually, you know what's funny is I just worked Dan 2 nights ago. Strafko. So he's also going to be so he's also going to be in the tournament. So he's actually the young one in the tournament because TJ Crawford's in the tournament too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy to see all the people. I brought it up to Dan. I was like, it's funny because like Sam Beal is also in the tournament. By the way, who's also been on the podcast. We've had Miles Hawkins, like I said, who dropped today. Dan will also be on the show, so his episode we dropping here soon. And then It's interesting to see Javier Rivera, who just got the WWE ID, so he's off. He's headed out to go do the Tubi show, and then from there, you know, Ichiban's on the show on that one. DJ is on there, so it's a pretty stacked tournament. I'm pretty happy for it. So I can't wait to see what we got going on. And no, they didn't pick Noah or Justin.
No, I don't know who Justin is. I know Chris Idol, but no, they didn't pick none of pure ignorance. And then you want to know why they didn't pick none of pure ignorance? Because pure ignorance can't even get on the phone and call each other, to film a promo for a show that they have
That's
next week.
crazy. Yeah, because I definitely know that there was a plan for people to show up to a show that I was at, and like nobody showed. So I'm just wondering if there was like a call made to alter plans.
I don't know. Pure ignorance don't talk to me. They talk to you more than they
Sure.
talk to me.
I mean,
But
I know
all I
Black.
know is this: I got a cookout March 15th, and I'm gonna open this bad boy up. Okay, whether pure ignorance is there or not. You see this case, trick or treat. I've been holding it for a long time, and I'm gonna open it. And the heir to the Fight Club Pro Wrestling Kingdom lies right here in this briefcase, suitcase, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna open it. You should be there, down there in the DMV Fight Club, the cookout. Yeah, Suge D's gonna be there too. That guy Khan. That guy Khan. He's on AEW TV. He's gonna be there defending his belt. But it's about me and opening that case. So you should be there, March 15th. Cheverly, Maryland, be there. All right, let's get to this. What is this thing we got going? So we got a vent session. Let's get to it.
Are we doing the
Cliff,
event session first?
let's do the vent session first.
Okay.
Let's do the vent session first, or you know what? No, let's go. Let's do temp check.
Okay.
Let's go temp check. Let's get some. Let's go
Temp
temp check. So temp check. For those of you who don't know, temp check is where me and my friends we give you our hottest and our coldest wrestlers going into the week, and for a bonus, we give you our match of the week. I'll start this one off with my hottest wrestler. My hottest wrestler of the week is Penta. I'm going with Penta. First of all, that's also my match of the week. I absolutely enjoyed Penta versus Dom. Even though this is probably the 18th millionth time we've seen it, it was just it was a fun ride. And we kind of knew what was expected, knowing what we know about Danhausen. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. So that's my match of the week. He's also my hottest wrestler. My coldest wrestler of the week is Rhea Ripley Stands.
Holy fuck.
He said Rhea Ripley stands. I
Not
don't
Rhea
have it.
Ripley Stands. And I'm making sure I am very particular and specific when I say stands. Not her fans, because it's not all of them. Some of her fans are cool. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my coldest of the week. What you got there, Mr. Dog?
I was gonna say Penta as well. I do agree that Penta is probably the hottest wrestler of the week. I'm gonna change mine just because, like I said, I just solidified your pick. But I'm gonna go with Danhausen, and I know like he originally came out to like no real like pop because people were trying to figure out like what it was all about. Um, but I feel like this week they kind of established who Danhausen is like and what he's about, kind of like a little bit more. So we get to see that with the Dom situation, and then we saw it with the Miz. So like now we're starting to see like there's some things growing here with him already. So I'm kind of here for it. I really enjoyed it. Um, my coldest wrestler of the week. Oh man, it's I kind of have to agree with you. Like Rhea Ripley stands are definitely going to be coldest. I mean, you just defend people to the ends of the earth, and it is what it is. And then last but not least, my match of the week, I'm definitely gonna agree. Penta and Dominic are definitely my match of the week because that match was fire. And
Fired. Nothing else was good. Nothing
yeah,
else lived up to that one. That was a ride, start to finish.
yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Like on the show, that's definitely right. Um, man, but the AEW with Kyle Fletcher and that match that he did was fucking crazy too. That was a wild match, but yeah, I like the Dom Penta match more, so we'll go with that.
All right,
All
what you
right.
got, Lou?
Hottest rest of the week. Penta for sure, winning the IC title. Coldest rest of the week. Drew McIntyre for dropping the title. Um, Match of the week for me would be Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy versus the Dogs on AEW Dynamite. That one was really popping for me. Fuck you, Cliff.
I knew it. I was looking at your face. I
I hope somebody screenshots that and sends that shit to me.
Oh man. Oh man. All right. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go with the vent session. So, vent session is explain this, Red Dog, because
We
this
all
is
like,
what I do.
so we actually had a whole kind of show kind of set up, but things kind of got thrown out the window. So sometimes, you just got to get some shit off your chest. So we wanted to do a vent session. Essentially, all three of us probably have something different that we want to talk about. So everybody can get their 2 cents out there. So you can lead us off, Chaz.
Alrighty then. I thought you would never ask. All right.
I'm still
So
listening. I gotta walk away real quick, but I'm still listening.
I'm about to walk away too.
no. Don't walk away because listen. I got my stuff to say, and they really walked off. So everyone else has to listen to it. So look, if you haven't been connected to the wrestling loop or on the little wrestling Twitterverse uh, there has been some back and forth between the WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill and the Elimination Chamber winner Rhea Ripley. And it caused a lot of controversy. And what I want to get off my chest is I want Rhea Ripley stands, not her fans, stands, to literally hop off. Okay? Literally needed them. Rhea Ripley wants to get tough, but wants to go cry victim all the time. If she needs to get thicker skin. And on top of the fact, I really would like everybody to take Cody Rhodes' advice, even though Cody Rhodes is still a bad person. All right, he's still a bad guy. But wrestlers need thicker skin. Okay, wrestlers need thicker skin. Rhea Ripley needs thicker skin. All right, how can you try to progress this storyline right on Twitter? Now, so what if Jay got a little breaking the fourth wall? Get action, get big backs. Stop crying on Instagram and then liking stuff, being shady. Like, be direct with it, girl. Be direct. But no, Rhea's never direct. And then she wants to get up on there, be this annihilator, scary lady, big powerhouse, and you over there crying on Twitter. Girl, get up out of here. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. So I'm over that. My other 2 cents is this, which will lead on to our debate later. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Given all that history. Ready for this one? Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on. Who wants to go next?
Oh, first off, fuck that. You need thicker skin yourself, sir. If you're crying about fucking what Rhea's doing right now, you're a fucking professional wrestler too. Fucking get thick skin, let your balls drop, and man the fuck up.
I have no
Oh.
problem. I think you listen. You know the things that have been said about me, and I laugh.
I say half of them. I know what's been said about you.
Like let me tell you about this time in good old Glendale, West Virginia. All right, where
You don't have a story time. Be quiet.
all right. So I'm you want to talk about thick skin? I have thick skin. All right, but no, why are you being shady on
But here's like the thing though, because like they had that promo together on Friday, and they had the handshake. You know what I mean? So clearly, somebody behind the scenes had said something, and that wasn't that wasn't Rhea. You know what I mean? Because like, to be fair, what she said about her going and being in creative, like that is kind of like it's kind of out of bounds to me in this in a topic, right? Like she said something about all you do is talk, and she's like, oh, like you talk to creative. It's like, yo, like you can address something and not have it be direct like that to bury another character. Because remember, this is coming in, and mind you, Chaz, this was coming. This is remember you had an incident similar to this. Yeah, and you forget, but you and Mac cut a promo about a certain person, and you had said that if yeah about
Yeah.
Randy. And remember, Randy was nervous about saying anything because he was afraid that he was going to be deemed racist. In which you could, and mind you, no man. My point being this part right is that you could say something else. You could say something without acknowledging that part. You know what I mean? And Jade could have said something without acknowledging that she's in creative. Like that. That's my point being. Say something back, but you don't have to be like, yo, you're in creative all the time. Like, yo, that's I feel like that in the world of wrestling, that's kind of out of bounds. Imagine if you went to if you
All I said was colonizer.
right, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and the thing was is that and to explain, right? Like you had said that in the promo, and then Randy was afraid that if he said anything at all, he was gonna look like he was a racist, and so he didn't know how to respond to the promo. But again,
Hey, look,
to
it got
but my point
overused,
being is
man.
that like
We
Jade
went
could have
a
said
whole year and a half calling folks colonizers.
but Jade could have said anything.
Stupid.
She could have said anything to Rhea. You don't have to go into the world. Like she said, all you do is talk. Like yeah, I do, and I back it up too. You know what I mean? Like you can say anything. You don't have to be like, oh, like you aren't creative. Like that's not the same flex. You know what I mean?
And I
That's where
also
I'm
think, and I also think that there's a lot of it from everybody, not just Rhea doing it. It I just feel like that's a fucking norm. But that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm more surprised that Chaz didn't have anything to say about how Phil said he was going to bury Roman next to his father. How so? We'll just leave
They
that.
say worse about Eddie Guerrero. That like that doesn't bother me. Like can I be completely honest as far as like with stuff like that? If you talk about it together and be like, yeah, like stuff like that. If you go ahead and say like, all right, cool, yeah, I really don't. Who cares?
yeah,
It's like let me tell you something. I am all for exploiting my personal life for a storyline. Ask my brother up there in the corner. Ask him. I am all for digging in my dirty laundry to further any storyline. Okay? So I really like me personally, I could care less. I was like, "Oh, cuz it's fresh." Okay? Like we're talking within 5 years, and I truly think it takes at least I know for me when my father passed, it took me at least a good like 5 years to really like settle in and like take that in. So I'm just saying it's fresh for like that's fresh on Roman. So like big ups to Big Goose for being like being like what, yeah, whatever, like and like it's all entertainment because I
right.
guess. And I bet what after they went out there, after Roman did his little snarl on the way back, right. He probably dapped up, said, "Yeah, Phil, that was good, man. DC, they popped. Oh man." And Phil probably's over there like, "Yeah, man, they look online, they're going crazy."
Nia Jax fucking said that she's going to slap Phil for saying it next time she sees him.
As she should. As
I'm gonna tell
she
you,
should. So did what you call it, Zilla on his he was on stream. Literally, his face went, "Oh nah, bro." He stood up. He went real. You could tell he got real hood. He said, Hell no, dog. I'm about to smack the Phil. Like I went, whoa. He said,
Dude, what's on your vent? That is that it?
For me,
Yeah.
my event is why fucking and we've done backyard wrestling. I'm not a professional wrestler like you guys. I don't get into all this shindig stuff. But why do wrestlers think that they just got to show how tough they are and put each other through fucking Texas death matches and barbed wire like that? Like that doesn't get my fucking energy up. I just fucking hate it. I hate watching them bring out the thumbtacks and let's staple myself, so how tough I am, and laugh about it. Like I just fucking
I'm
can't
laughing about it though.
stand it. I can't fuck like like going through tables and getting hit by chairs. Cool, I grew up in that. But watching the indie scene and AEW do it all the time, it's like fucking. Why do you must you show that you don't have much brain cells left?
It's just, I mean, yeah. I validate your point. Like, I am one for. I think deathmatch wrestling is an art. It's not my type of art, but it's definitely an art form. Um, and I see a lot of people who do it. Like Chaz and I have a really good friend, JB Anderson, who is in and out enjoying doing deathmatch wrestling. Like he enjoys that sheet of music. It's definitely
oh yeah. I did one. I did a death one, something like that with him, and that's how. Look. That's why I got
I've seen
this.
the photo.
That's
Oh
why.
yeah, and I've seen that too.
That's why I got this. Cause they all. I'm not gonna say that out loud.
They all went through tables for him. Anyway, I'll
I
say it for you.
I
But
just hate it.
okay, I mean, I feel your point. It is like my thing about AEW is that when they when they want to, they it's automatic, right? We're just gonna go right to Anarchy Arena or Blood and Guts or Death Match, Texas Death Match. Like there are other options out there. Like there's
Like
other
I'm
things.
down for like a hardcore match. Like give me a kendo stick, let me hit you with the chair, let me fucking throw the stairs on you. But when you're fucking just cutting each other open, just I
I know. I'm a
I
big
don't
fan.
like.
I am a big fan of when Nick Gage does it with the pizza cutter. Just ask Domino's.
Jesus.
Hey, let me throw my Vin session out real quick. Hey yo, WWE, and Chaz is gonna agree with me. Why is it that Gunther doesn't have a place in WrestleMania after you had him retire your three big stars? Like that is ridiculous to me. Like you're having him beat up Dragon Lee, right, on Monday Night Raw. And it makes sense that if you're gonna have a match with Ray being a person that is gonna put his career on the line at WrestleMania, then you need to start making that ball happen. But the fact that your biggest heel is not on the show currently is a bother to me. And y'all need to figure it out. Figure it the fuck out. Give him something that he can sink his teeth to and then go. And if it is Dragon Lee and it ends up being Rey Mysterio, a career versus whatever match, right? Mass versus career. I don't care what it is. I just think that you need to start picking up that ball and running with it now that you've already set your main events or your big matches up. Now everything else needs to start filling into place. But the fact that Gunther currently doesn't have a spot on the show bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah, you get no argument on that from me, dog.
There's
Yeah.
no argument there. Yeah.
I yeah, he should have already had a match at WrestleMania set up after you had him. Like even if you didn't, even let's just say after the even if he after he retired Goldberg, you didn't have a plan for WrestleMania yet. All right, fine. But once you knew that he was retiring Cena, you should have already started. All right, we are going to have probably the biggest heel that we've had, since Roman. What do we should have already had? What is he doing at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Let's figure him out. Then work our way down.
Yeah.
You probably already had your championship matches, or at least If Gunther was probably in those championship matches, okay, then cool, maybe not. You should already had like 2 backup plans if you were not going to put the belt on him.
Yeah.
So, you get no argument from me on that one.
You need a marquee matchup. Like I just don't understand. Like Rey Mysterio is kind of mentioned he's got a couple years left. You can actually have a career, like his career versus career match. I don't really care what you call it. And if or not even career versus career, I would do like career versus I don't know something. And if Ray really does have a couple years left, then I would let Ray win. You know, kind of like defeats like slows it down. But if it's not the case, and if it's gonna be like a Brock Lesnar type match, then make it happen. But it's crazy that we're this long and your biggest heel just has nothing going on, and you're just like not a damn thing. Like no titles, no big matchups, no marquees, no one coming back. Right? That's what's crazy to me. Nobody, like nothing. Like you can't tell me. You tell me that you can't bring back like and it's gonna sound funny when I say it like this, like a Heath Slater, Heath Miller to come wrestle, like to, you know, I don't know, fight for his career or something. I don't know, man. Just anything would have worked, bruh. But nah, they're like, nah, we don't have anything, so we're just gonna just let it set right now.
So I agree with you. I think, but my only 2 cents for a want in this whole thing is so WWE planted the seed for out on Raw with Brock Lesnar coming out with Paul saying open challenge to anybody, and Brock eliminated Obafemi, and so those two are going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. Throw Gunther in that at that point.
Nah.
I'd rather see that than not see Gunther at all.
No, I mean I feel that. I feel
okay.
that.
All right.
But Gunther, I do understand your point with that. I do agree. If you're not gonna have Gunther, if you don't know where to put him, then you put him in that match. But I mean, we really talking about the ruler versus the beast incarnate. Like we're talking about the new of the new, right? So I know we have a whole bunch of comments I got to get through. But it's like at this point, man, I think Gunther deserves his own marquee matchup. And if you're gonna have it, I mean, if you're gonna give us Penta versus Gunther for the IC title.
Yeah.
I'm not even paying attention.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You don't get your Conor McGregor type ass out of here with that with that comment, Lou.
What?
But I think if it's Gunther, I don't think that's all rage bait for you guys. I think Gunther versus Penta for the title because we all want let's be real, we could have that match run back. We've had that match before on the Indies.
Yep.
Have it at WrestleMania would be lit.
I'll give you. You know what I want to see again? Just because I watched it again. Gunther versus, and I know it's not gonna happen, but Will Ospreay was fire when they had their match. I think it was 20.
Let's go Gunther versus Danhausen. Fuck it.
Gunther versus Dan.
All right, cool, fine.
Murder Danhausen right off the bat.
I was gonna say,
Danhausen fucking control him.
I mean, that's the best way to get an L out of Gunther.
First,
Supernatural.
I guess. I guess.
All right, go through the comments. It's popping over there.
So let's get right here. We're gonna start up here with Lou. Lou must agree with Chaz. You don't say her favorite 4-letter F word.
I can't say fuck. She don't like fuck.
I take that back. You just said it. LOL.
All right, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Did you question thumbs up or thumbs down? Something about Penta Dom match stands out above the rest. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Says Lou, I'm done. Don't worry, Chaz. I'm here for you to rant. Have a great show, guys. Thanks, Mom. I'm so over with Cody. Well, stick around. Dean, thank you for reposting. We are all we all are. Didn't have a combo. Betso, here we go. Hey yo, Lou, don't come at my boy Chaz all wild like that. It's not crazy to be done with Cody's. It's not Twitch crazy.
They're having a conversation
with Cody's story. Yeah. Let me get down here. Not you. Hello, I meant Lou the franchise.
Fuck you, Twitch. Cartman looking motherfucker.
Fuck you, Lou. Light tubes are life. Here we go. I can't see where I can't see where the confusion comes from. Everybody just ooh, and then hardcore match. Let's get violent. I got you. And of course, you guys put that one up. Ryback is the greatest wrestler of all time, and I'll die on the hill. Well, I don't know who that Ryback is, but I definitely know Ryback, Ryback, and he's
Listen, Ryback put on Twitter, he put out a poll, and he asked the internet whether he should go to WWE, AEW, New Japan, or TNA, something like that, or
retired.
retire. And
Should've put
everyone voted for that man to retire.
Good. Fuck that guy.
And then he put it up again because he thought it was just trolls.
Ryback
He's
is
like,
garbage.
he's super
I
serious,
garbage.
guys.
And I wasted a lot of my life, at least my youth, watching Ryback on my TV. And it's terrible. Knockoff, wannabe, RVD, Goldberg like. All right, let's get into some debate. Let's debate. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do
Look,
this.
me and your mom need to have a conversation on how many F bombs I can drop because I need her on my side too.
She's gonna tell you no.
I don't want her to hate me no more.
So this will probably end up becoming a debate topic for the big clip, but let's go with it. So we're talking about Cody Rhodes. So does Cody Rhodes and Randy make sense for WrestleMania 42? What are we talking about? So Randy Orton won the Elimination Chamber, and he gets to face off against either Cody or Drew McIntyre. But because Drew got involved in the Elimination Chamber, Nick Aldis decided that he wanted to have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the title on SmackDown, in which Cody Rhodes has prevailed and is your new WWE champion. Now, the question really becomes, why?
And go ahead, Chaz.
Yeah, Jess. No,
All
start
right.
this off.
I'll start this one off. A lot of folks, so look, listen, I don't think a lot of people maybe because people are just coming back to wrestling, all right, because of Netflix and the renaissance of wrestling that's been booming since 2020. Okay, people are coming back to wrestling. All right, a lot of people who haven't watched since Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. So you've missed a lot, and you've missed a lot of lore, and you missed a lot of history, and so you just need a reminder, and that's all that I think people need is a reminder, and that is that there was a time period, I think it was around 2009 if I'm not mistaken, where this man named Randall Keith Orton, all right, he lost a ton of weight. He slimmed down. He cut all his hair off. He got new tattoos that now are his regular tattoos. And he changed his theme song. And he really looked like, I don't know, a freaking snake. Okay? Maybe a viper. And he was the closest thing on earth to Satan on TV. He was. Okay? That man, 09 Randy Orton was a menace, okay? And just to name a few things that man did, he punt kicked. Well, now that we think about it, it was actually a good thing. But back then, he punt kicked. Literally. Tyler Loop. Boom. Vincent Kennedy McMahon right in the head. Right in the dome piece. Right in the temple. Okay? And not just only that. You know what else he did? He did it to his son, Shane O'Mac. And you know what's even worse? To seal it off, he handcuffed Triple H to the bottom rope. He RKO'd and then punt kicked his wife, his mother of his beautiful daughters. And then that's not the worst. You know what he did to seal the deal? He kissed her right on the lips. And probably was the most uncomfortable, most terrible stage kissing I have ever seen in my child and adult life. But it happened. He puckered up on that man's wife right in front of him, in front of not only thousands, but as that man Triple H would say, millions watching at home. That guy, Randy Orton, had a group. All right. That group was a young upstart green bean Cody Rhodes and a disappointment of Teddy Diabasi Jr. Okay. Let me tell you something. This group was called Legacy. Now, in this lifespan wasn't long, but it was a very, very impactful group. All right. In WWE on Monday Night Raw. Okay. Not only did this solidify Orton as a main eventer, right after Evolution, but it cemented him as a top heel. All right. He would have good battles with John Cena. He would have battles with DX. He had battles with Triple H. Listen, man, legacy is a significant thing in history. Now, a lot of you may have missed it, and we don't fault you for it, but you can watch everything on Netflix now. You can go back and watch it and relive it. I watched it live. I live it. This is my era. And this match means more. Okay? Sorry, not sorry. But Drew was always a placeholder champion. We knew that when he beat Cody that he was a placeholder champion. We all knew a year ago that it was Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes next at this year's WrestleMania, or within not this year, the year after, because we know what, just like Cena, Orton is coming up on his time. So if you're going to pay off old storylines, it is now is the time. What match, what bigger stage to do the teacher versus student match? It is now Cody Rhodes' time. Cody Rhodes is the guy. Like, I really don't understand what's the big old fuss. We do not care about Drew McIntyre in 2026. We didn't care about him in 25. We didn't care about him in 24. We really only cared because CM Punk was carrying that feud. Drew McIntyre had his time. It sucks that it was during COVID. We don't care. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, WrestleMania screams marquee matchup. That is something that I can go put on ESPN where the common man is going to go, oh, yeah, I remember that Randy Orton guy. And, oh, heard about Cody Rhodes. That was Dusty. Like everyone knows when they see Cody Rhodes, the Dusty Kid. Oh, cool. I'm going to go watch. That's what it's about. No one, Drew McIntyre is not appealing to the casual fan. He's appealing to you marks on the internet. He's not appealing to the casual fan. That's not marquee. And to be honest, he's probably getting his rematch and it's going to be a triple threat or anything. It's going to be a fatal four-way because Jacob Fatu ain't got time for the bullshit. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's what I say. It makes perfect sense. That is a marquee match. That is something that can main event WrestleMania.
Make a compelling point. I'm going to say this. WrestleMania is meant for marquee matchups. But this marquee matchup does not need the title with it. This is already a big enough story as it is. Roman Reigns and The Rock, right, would always be a bigger story without the title. This is one of those moments where you have our big generation wrestler, right, in Cody, the big generation of a past generation, my generation, Randy, Randy versus Cody. You don't need the title for it. So it's fine.
That's why I did. You do need the title because Cody Rhodes is the guy with the title. He's that guy
Cody
now.
Rhodes is still the guy.
Yes.
As much as we don't want him to be.
So he should
Why
be.
does he need the
So if
title?
he's not, so if he's the guy, he should be going into WrestleMania with the belt. Within, let's just say this. Let's just look at it like this. If you look at it in a sense of when you're the guy, you got at least what 5, 6 WrestleManias like consecutively that you have. If you can be that guy, and if I'm going to believe, especially after the John Cena generation and the Roman Reigns generation, you need to have that belt going into WrestleMania. You need to be not opening. I'm sorry, you need to be closing the show every year, whether you have the belt or whether you're fighting for the belt. John Cena had the belt from what? WrestleMania 22,
But he didn't have the
23,
belt when he fought The Rock the first
24,
time.
25, 26,
But
27.
but again,
Come on, Cliff.
as I'm saying,
Cody Rhodes has
he
done
didn't
what?
he
He's
didn't
only got
have the
3.
belt.
Let him have his
Listen,
4.
we
Let him.
talking about a marquee matchup. John Cena didn't have the belt when he wrestled The Rock the first time. They didn't have a championship.
Okay.
So they did the next year that was the level up. I'm just saying that this
But
matchup
you're skipping.
here,
But okay, you're skipping. Like I just said, WrestleMania 22, 23, 24,
this is a
25,
match. Okay, so
26.
we're talking about a matchup though. We're talking about this matchup about Randy and
And was
Cody.
he? I don't even think he was in 20. Yeah, he didn't wrestle for the title in 27.
My point being though
And
is
then
that when
28
you
was
look
WrestleMania,
at
right? So he had 2 years because he didn't wrestle for the title then, and then he wrestled Rock. So you're right, he had a 2-year gap. But then
he
the
was a
year after
marquee
what?
matchup. He's a
And
marquee
even
matchup.
then, the time, but even then, by the time then, hold on, by the time then we were getting when it was The Rock, we were already at the time we were changing the guard. We were already putting the Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar project on us by the time we were getting to The Rock. So that's not fair. That withstands the little 5-year gap that I'm saying. So
We
no.
literally are watching the two big generation stars. We don't need the title for this kind of match.
Yes, you
The history
do.
itself
Yes,
does
you
everything.
do.
No, you don't. You
Yes.
don't need it. You don't need
Yes,
it.
you do.
Randy wins.
Yes,
Randy wins
you
against
do
Drew
need the title because
McIntyre.
this is his era. This is his peak. He has to have the title. That's
He
like saying
doesn't need the
you
title.
have
You
no,
just
no, no,
said
no, no.
it.
That's like saying at WrestleMania 26 you don't have the title when you have Batista versus John Cena. That's legitimately what you're saying. You're saying, yeah, we don't. That match does not need the title. When that match, you need the title. That's a matchup during John Cena's peak era. He does need the title. Yes, absolutely.
No, I don't. I would
Now,
agree to
the Rock and
disagree.
Roman Reigns absolutely doesn't need the belt. There's more history in them not having the belt than the belt even matters.
These
They
two, the
have
only
blood.
history between these, yeah, it's and first of all, he's married into the bloodline. Like he's not even
Yeah, yeah,
real.
yeah. I know, I know,
But
I
my
know.
point being though is that once again, here's Cody and Randy, two dudes who have been in this group. This is a match you can run next year. You don't, and it doesn't need the title. You still don't need the title for the because
What
there's
if
so
Randy?
much history between these two. It's going to work without the title. The thing is still like, hey, this is a moment where Cody is trying to overthrow his teacher because he wants to show that he's learned a lot since he's left. You don't need the title in this story. That's my point. The title doesn't like all the title does is it takes this matchup from being like the matchup to like okay it's the matchup with the title like the title doesn't do anything in the story. It just gives a prize at the end of it. Okay, so we're gonna wrestle for the biggest prize. Sometimes you don't need the biggest you don't need the title to be that prize. Sometimes it's about getting the respect and to earn your respect from the person who literally groomed you into the role to be the next big guy. Like Hogan and Rock, did they fight for the title? Two generation wrestlers.
That we're not
Rock
comparing.
and Rock
We're
and
not
Rock and
comparing The
Cena
Rock and Hulk
won.
Hogan to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. No disrespect to none of those four. Well, 3 of the 4. Um, but like, no, no, no. You're missing the point that this is Cody Rhodes' time. He is the
It was
guy.
John's time. In the first match, he didn't fight with the title to The Rock.
No, John was already on his way out.
No.
Yes, he was.
So then
He
why
was.
did we wait 10
CM Punk was fighting
14
Chris
more
Jericho
years?
in what match 3 on WrestleMania for the title? What are you talking about?
And
John
so
Cena was
14,
not the
14 years later, he
guy.
officially hangs it up.
Even if he was, they weren't putting the belt on him. Get
And then we
out of
ran a
here.
whole.
Get
And the
out.
story got set up the year before when Cena lost because Rock cost him the title
Well,
against the
let's be, if,
Miz.
first of all, it started, all right? It started when The Rock came back in the first place and he was the host and he started talking that junk. That's how it started.
No, what my point being
And then
though
that's
is
how, and
that
then
that
that's how it started.
matchup.
Well, it really got started because Cena was talking out his neck about Rocky. That's
My
what
point
happened.
being
But
though
still,
that
no,
this
man.
match really kicked off. We got to tell this story 2 years in a row, and the last year was all about with the title because that's what they wanted. They wanted to elevate the stakes, right? That's how you elevate the stakes. You don't need this match. I get it. I get why you're doing it because now it's a teacher student thing that you're gonna do. And I know Lou's over here losing his mind because he wants to say something.
No,
It's your teacher student match, but you don't have. But I get you want to put the title on there because you want it to be like a bigger match. But the match is already big. The title is meant to elevate a new talent, elevate a talent. Cody is at the peak of the talent. Like it doesn't get any bigger than Cody right now. So why does Cody need
Chaz's
the
camera's the
title?
best. All right, so can we all agree that WrestleMania 19's promo entrance lead into is probably the greatest?
Fair.
Rock Austin.
Yes.
What was Austin chasing? The belt. I think that any other pay-per-view, this matchup makes sense without the belt. I think when it's WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, the biggest pay-per-view of all, I think the title means the most.
Thank you. It is WrestleMania. That is. If it was any other pay per view, I agree, Lou. I'd be all like
Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton when Randy flipped him off the fucking stomp and RKO'd him out of the blue. That was a great match, but we don't talk about it because there was no gold for it. Sorry, not sorry.
You literally just brought it up.
But as an example,
What are we talking about?
we don't talk about it. As an example, we don't talk about it, but we talk about the Rock Austin thing going on.
We
So
talk
I don't.
about we
the
talk
title-
about Rock versus Cena. Match one. We talk about how when Cena lost, it wasn't for the title.
No,
Any match
I gotta
any
agree.
match at WrestleMania that was against the Undertaker, guess what? That
There-
wasn't for the title. Was
Whoa,
for the
there's a
streak.
couple of
There's
them.
not-
Whoa,
There's
there,
a couple
pal.
of them,
There's
but
a
the
couple
majority
of
of
them
them
for
were
the
not for the
Rock.
title.
I don't do
I
that now,
I don't
partner.
agree with Chaz very often,
The
but I hear
majority
Chaz.
of those matches. You're gonna tell me.
Batista,
You're gonna
Edge.
wait. You're gonna tell me Shawn Michaels versus the Undertaker for the title. It was for the title? That first matchup?
It was for the streak. The streak was bigger than the title. The streak.
The
The
what?
streak had its
The
own
streak,
story.
but it's the title. We have to have the title. And then they rematched it with the streak versus the career. And guess what? You didn't need it to be
That is
it was
that
the
is
main event match. Guess what was
that
not in there? The title.
that is completely two separate things. I just want to let you
It's
know.
the story.
It-
It's
it-
the story. We are telling stories. We don't need the title.
Easy,
This
Dr. Seuss. Easy, Dr. Seuss.
Shut your mouth.
Moving
Dr.
on to the
Randy
next
Yeet
topic.
brand. I'm not trying to hear you when you're wearing dolphin colored Yeet brand. Don't talk to me right now. You're here with the dolphin colored Yeet brand. I don't want to hear it.
Moving on. What we got in those comments, Chaz?
All right, yeah, I was just about to pull it up.
Yeah, pull up the comments.
What about Cryback? That guy
Goddamn
was funny.
story.
Legacy. That's right, Legacy. That's a group, very influential group. They won't go in the Hall of Fame. Um, I think Ted DiBiase Jr. is in jail.
Yeah, what a
actually.
dick.
He's in prison.
Yeah, I was about to say he's in jail.
Thanks, Dean.
Dean's out there talking trash on the X. He's
He's
always
having a repost. Yeah.
yeah. That's he's probably quoting and saying his 2 cents. No, we don't. Exactly. We don't care about Drew.
And you was crazy. I don't even acknowledge the true part.
Exactly.
I'm just like, yeah.
We're just gonna act like Danhausen isn't about to just take over the entire company.
It really is, though.
Are cursed.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah. I can't wait to see it happen. Yeah. You know what's funny? I tell my mom doesn't stay on the show long, and I can talk now recklessly because she's off the show. She only stays for the intro and the temp check. I texted her. I said, "Hey, this show's going to get heated today." She goes, "Oh, you text me right when I'm about to leave," and I was like, "Yeah." And just as it did, that man, Cliff is out here.
It's the story.
Good
It's
gracious,
all about
man.
the story.
Calm down, man. It's just wrestling. Good gracious. Moving
Yeah,
on to
yeah.
topic
It's
3.
Wrestling is not fake.
Exactly. It's still real to me, damn it.
All right, our final debate tonight. All right, we're zooming out. And we're looking at bigger picture across professional wrestling. Women's wrestling in the United States might be really the strongest it's ever been, really within the past 20, 25 years. So, WWE continues to feature top stars like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Io Sky, Jade Cargill. AEW has invested heavily in the women's division in the past couple of years with talents like Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Willow Nightingale, and the Knockouts division still carries a reputation for being one of the most respected women's division in all of wrestling history. So, with all the talent spread across multiple promotions, the question becomes, which company actually has the best women's roster in the United States right now? Is it the WWE? Is it AEW? Or is TNA still quietly putting together the most consistent women's division in the industry? Let's debate it. Start this one off, Red Dog. It is
No,
Women's
Lou,
Month.
start this off. I want to hear Lou.
I'm in the middle here, so this is your two debate, and we agreed that I was in the middle, and I'm going to do it. So I have my mindset on who I think it is, but Cliff, since Chad started, you start.
Yeah, you are, and you are the. This is probably sound weird, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You are the women's wrestling connoisseur. All right. You are a big champion for women's wrestling. You've been that way since day one on the show. So yeah, start this one off, pal.
If you had asked me this question if you had asked me this question 6 years ago, I would have told you hands down NXT had the best women's roster. When we started the show back in 2020, 2019, 2020, and 2021, women's wrestling was on point, right? As we started to move on, TNA started to put that roster together, and we started seeing fire after fire after fire. The one thing I had always been consistent about saying was that AEW needed to learn how to put their women's division together and to continue to build it, right? And they were putting the pieces together. I mean, we had one person who was kind of carrying all of AEW, right? That was Britt. Let's be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, Britt also had some great pieces around her to help kind of like push the roster up, but it wasn't really elevating the way it needed to. And I say that with Sheeta being there. I say that with at that time
wrestler Riho.
Riho was there, Nyla Rose was there. You know, there was just some, and obviously Thunder Rosa was coming in off of her NWA run. You know, Allison Kay came through for a quick bit. You know, so I name all these people right because all of a sudden it kind of felt like since Willow Nightingale had been at AEW, things started to change, right? We started to see a lot more pieces kind of start getting put together. And mind you, Ruby Soho also is a part of that too. Like she was kind of helping pushing things along. Because if it wasn't for her, Tony Storm wouldn't have the change that she had into what we see now. So where am I going with this? AEW right now, I think, has the best women's roster as far as wrestling goes. Because when you think about women's wrestling, it's not always going to be Willow. It's not going to be Jade's first home, right? It's
Right.
not going to be Tony. It's not going to be Ruby, right? You're going to name a lot of people that are coming out of the E. But these women right now, and to be fair, Athena is tearing the roof down. Mercedes Monet killing the game, right? There's all sorts of being fun stories being told, and then there's new wrestlers who are always appearing, right? So we have Jamie Hayter who's there, not Jaylee Hayter, like Chaz said earlier. Uh, we're getting the birds kind of thrown together. We're starting to see some women's tag team actually getting put together. So we're starting to see a lot more stuff come around, and I'm very much all about it. So right now, what I would want to say is, I know a lot of people would be like, "Whoa, that's crazy." AEW right now, I think, has one of the strongest women's divisions right now.
Huh. Okay.
Wow.
All right. That's that was pretty anticlimactic. All
No
right.
Okay.
night for Chaz.
I figured you would say that because that's the right answer. They do. I don't disagree with you. And this is coming from probably one of the biggest haters of the AEW women's division since its inception. I cannot lie to you right now, and I cannot lie, and I really can't, and tell you that I more likely now will watch an AEW's women's match, excuse me, over a WWE NXT women's match. I am more entertained by what the women are doing there than are what they do on WWE. That's not to say that the women on SmackDown, Raw, or NXT are bad. Okay, because I'm not saying that at all. They're still, fire. But if I had to tell you the best company that has the best women, pound for pound in the ring, is AEW. Like, I'm sorry. It's just this. It's hands down. It's them. Week after week, whether it's the matches, whether it's them even just trying and they're being committed to these stories, whether they make sense or not. Okay, like, is it perfect? No, it's not. But they're committed, and the crop of women who right now, for the past couple of months, and really for the better part of a year, have really been stepping up. And I gave her so much flack coming up, but shout out to Chris Statlander. I gotta give her the props. She definitely has picked up the reins, and helping Tony and helping Mercedes, helping Willow, really build up the women's division right now. And I definitely big ups to her. Big ups. I mean, Tony Storm is just Tony Storm. There's a reason why she's in the top 5 PWI women's ranking every year. Whether she has a belt or whether she doesn't have a belt, the stuff that she does is just bar none. It's just phenomenal. And yeah, it's just AEW does have the best women's wrestling on in the United States. Period. That's so yeah. I don't disagree with you on that one.
And, the thing is like here's the thing is like I had mentioned a few names in here, and I didn't even talk about like some of the bigger names that are just like excelling, right? Hey, Harley Cameron is not even a
Yeah.
thought in WWE, and her character work and the way she sells and her the eyes that she makes, the way that she talks, the way she presents her character, way over. She in the puppet thing that she does is really funny. I'm really into that. Uh, we always talk about Athena. Athena's still holding it down at ROH, but whenever she pops up to the AEW roster, she lights it up, and we're like, damn, that's
Yeah.
that's true That's the true person right there. Like when it comes to like champions, it's hard to look at people right now. Like we talk about Rhea, we talk about Jade, we talk about Mercedes, we talk about who am I thinking of that I'm missing out on Stephanie Vaquer and Liv, right? But I mean the run that Athena has right now with ROH being the women's world champion for as long as she has been, and you can say whatever you want, you have to acknowledge that she's one of the best. Period. Not just for AEW, not just for New Japan, and not just Stardom, not just TNA, not just WWE, all of it. Because like we still talk about Athena all the time. Like Deanna Prazo is still on the roster. Diamante is on the roster. Of course, we mentioned Britt Baker, how she
Aaron
was
Deeb.
Thunder
Mhm.
Rosa. Who else did you say?
Deeb.
Yeah, Serena Deeb's still there.
Thunder
But
Rosa can kick rocks.
that's fine.
But
But
she's still there.
Sorry,
inflation, like,
I don't
that's
have
fine.
respect.
That's fine. That's fine. But at one point in time, like she had to be, she was one of the pillars of the women's division, right? I get it. I mean, it's a love loss. It's a love hate relationship with Ana Rosa. But Thecla's there. Thecla's
Just
there. Sky Blue's there. Julia Hart's there, right? Like
Julia
those
Hart.
three
That's
women,
one.
that trio,
Julia Hart is one needs. Yes, that's another one that needs big props, big flowers. To yeah, just from the beginning when she first debuted to where she is now.
bruh.
Yes, absolutely. Yes,
Light
yes,
years.
yes, yes.
Megan Bain is on. Megan Bain is there. We're seeing a big change out of so many people who are coming onto the scene. Like, yeah, I will say, like, I enjoy watching Mina, the way that Mina and Tony Storm interact, right? It's hard for me to find somebody right now that's in the roster that I'm like, you know what? Like, nah, they're not doing it for me. The fact that we got Inspiration's first match on AEW, they got squashed in 90 seconds. And it was hilarious because we all saw it coming.
Yeah.
And it was just, those are the kind of things that I look at and I'm like, bro, this is why I like watching wrestling. And what's crazy is that their roster's not full. Like it's not, they're not all bad. Tay Mello is still on the roster. She hasn't done it. She comes back every so often and does something, and she gets a pop. But she's also a part of that old era of like we all laughed when Tay showed up to AEW from NXT because we're like, what are they gonna do with her? She's not really doing anything. And now we're all like, hey yo, kind of look at her. She's kind of doing some things now. So like I don't know. It's hard for me to sit back and look and not like what's happening with AEW's women's division. I could make an argument for WWE. I'll be fair, but the problem with the WWE roster, the women's roster, it's WWE. Like, granted, you could be like, well, AEW lost Jade Cargill. You're right because WWE is a bigger product. It is, but it doesn't mean that they're better wrestlers than what the division has. And TNA, a lot of their wrestlers are going to AEW. Like, it is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you get arguing on that one. All right, Lou, what you got? You're supposed to be the middle, but what you got? What do you think?
It's a consensus across the board. I think AEW women are the
Yeah,
superior brand right now. I I have no arguments. I can't name many wrestlers that Cliff didn't just name on that roster. I mean, even Marina Shafir's doing her thing with making it rock. It's hands down the best women's roster in the U.S.
Billy Starks is on the show. we have so we have a lot. What's funny though is that, and I made jest of it, but like on this program, on this podcast, so many of the female wrestlers have been on our show. We've had those conversations with them before they blew up in the next level, and now we're seeing them on the next level. And we're like, oh shit, man, we're friends with all those girls,
yeah.
all
You
those
watch
women.
all those interviews, by the critically acclaimed, now entering the ring, interview show hosted by that guy right there, the Red Dog. So go check out there. If you go on YouTube, there's a folder, there's a collection that it just has all the interviews, so you can go find all your favorite AEW women wrestlers right there, and see where where their head was before they got on the big stage. Um,
And like I said, I could make the argument for WWE. I really could
you could
because
absolutely, you could.
NXT, NXT, and like I'll be fair, NXT, and I separate the two, right? We could talk about the WWE main roster, and there's Asuka is there, Rhea's obviously there. Rhea's like one of the top stars, right? Uh, but the NXT roster always putting banger matches together. I'll
Absolutely.
be fair, Mariah May, or Monroe, right? She she just had this banger match with Jada Parker. Like it was a good match, and NXT,
Just dropped her on her head.
yep,
But
NXT,
but
NXT,
WWE, but Raw and SmackDown, those women that you just named, all are products of NXT.
Yep.
yeah, that's what I mean. NXT puts out fire talent all the time, all the time. I mean, there's not a person on that roster now, and it's gonna sound funny when I say it this way, so bear with me. There's not a person that is on that roster, that women's roster now, that Hunter hasn't directly touched. Does that make sense? I don't want to say it like that. Like I think that's the way to say it the best.
Woo! This is where we're going with this.
I was like, forgive me if I say it kind of fuck, but like Hunter's fingerprints, like the way the women wrestle, the way they get after it, the storytells that they do, like you could tell like Hunter like had a lot to do with that, like building up that women's roster because look at it now, the four horsewomen, right? We talk about them. That's that's the black and gold era. You know what I mean? Like that's an era that we talk about. But it's just funny to see like how much like great that we talk about the women's era right now, and all of that coming from when Triple H was running the black and gold era.
I bet he did touch many of them.
I don't think he touched any of them because he's not that kind of guy. He's not that guy.
That's good
Anyway,
shit right there.
He is
I
that
mean,
guy.
you know he's on the island.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, on 2K,
But
the 2K island.
yeah, yeah. Somebody's gonna take that quote way out of proportion. Of me just saying like, yeah, I just think it's cool though. Like, and like I said, we can all make the argument. We can all make the argument for WWE because everybody, you can argue. But yeah, AEW right now, man, and I've been talking about it for years that AEW needed to get their women's roster together because they had so much momentum. So yeah, welcome to the show, AEW. These guys out here talking about.
Man.
They're talking about the E files.
Oh,
It got a little hot in here over here. Let that fucking air out, homie.
oh man.
You better stop watching Pat McAfee all the time,
And
bro.
you need this the last part of this show, man. You need whew, that Triple H touching people and finger points all over the place and the island. Fuck.
The 2K island on the game. You can go there and there's shops and you can roam. Oh man. All right. This was fun. This was-
Wow. Here we are.
yeah, guys.
Great show.
AEW. Great show. Yeah, AEW has the best women's division. I don't care what anybody else says. Let me know what you all think. I definitely want to know what the comments say. What do people think as far as what do you think? Who has the best women's roster? Drop those in the comments, and then while we sign off here, make sure you follow
So
us on all
nasty, you
your
got there just choking your red dog like that. That's wild.
insane. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can follow me personally at Chaz_the Don. I realize we don't promote ourselves really on this show.
We really don't.
We really promote the podcast, but you can follow me at Chaz_the Don on all the social media apps. Like it's there. I'm on them. It's the same across the board. You can follow that guy as the Red Dog at RedDog_85. That's across the board. Lou don't do the socials.
No.
So don't follow him. He don't want your follow. And don't follow.
You'll follow.
It's like if you follow him, unfollow him.
Right. If you follow him, unfollow him.
Unfollow, hit the 3 dots, hit the block.
Literally. Just block
How you're encouraging for the blocking.
So yeah. All right, that's our show, folks. Next week, we'll
starting this tournament.
Well, I won't be 2 weeks. It'll be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We're starting the tournament.
2 weeks. We'll start the tournament. Cool beans. All right, yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
So actually, before we go, hey, let's go ahead and tell people. Let us know who your wrestler of the year is from 2025 to 2026. We want to hear your guys' comments. Yeah, we want you guys to leave comments everywhere. You guys can pick. We're doing a tournament just like you would do for March Madness, and we're about to pick our wrestler of the year.
In the way that we have it seated, you're going to get that Cinderella low seed story.
Yeah. Mind you, we'll even tell you guys how we did the seedings too, if you want to talk about it right now.
Nah, we'll make a separate video for it.
Like it.
Bet.
And make it like a whole
separate video.
Yeah, force you to. So you gotta subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now on YouTube. Hit that like button, that follow button everywhere. And so you can find out the rules for our 64-man tournament for the wrestler of the year. Where you'll probably get Twitch and Lou and me and Red Dog tell you.
It says he has a choke collar that says your name too. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You're fucking weird, bro. All right. Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod _ X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm going to walk away and you're going to play another video.